All right, here's Jodi.
I've seen everybody from last year. It was really such an amazing trip, and I just love you all, and I'm glad you're here. But I want to encourage you about one thing. Jerry asked me this morning, he said, can you come up with something about I am? And I said, yes, I can, because I know the King of Kings, and he's got something on everything, right? So when did the Lord first introduce himself as the I am? It was in Exodus chapter 3, and I want to read just a couple of verses from there, because it's going to make sense to you in a second. Exodus chapter 3, verse 7 and 9. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people. How many of you feel afflicted when you go to the gas station or the grocery store? I do. When I go to pay my mortgage and the rates are high, the credit cards raise them up to 29.99. And they got people teaching my grandkid in a school that look like a girl, but they're not a girl, they're a boy that's wiggling on the floor. I feel afflicted. Well, God says he's surely seen that affliction. Amen. And he said, the affliction of my people, which are in America and the world. Actually, he said Egypt. And I have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. We have taskmasters. The deep state, the Illuminati, the Satanists, the witches, all those people who decided to take over America because we got comfortable playing church instead of being Christ-like. Amen. So it's time for us to get up. It's time for us to get up. If you don't know my show is called Warriors Rise. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and we rise. We have the saying, never say die. Never say die. If you're crawling with no fingers and no legs, you finish the task. We have to finish the task. That's why we're here. But we're going to do it with Jesus Christ leading the way. Now, what he continues to say, for I know their sorrows. I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the evil deep state, Illuminati, Bilderbergs, Rothschilds, etc., Egyptians, and to bring them up out of the land unto a good land and a large land, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. Who's ready for that? I'm ready for that. Now, what does God do when he needs to save a people? He brings a deliverer. He brings a deliverer. We have someone who's a deliverer. We have a Donald J. Trump who's been willing to stand up for the people. For the people. But the people can't step back and just let Donald J. Trump do it. What we need to stand up with him. Do you know that when Moses came and God called him to be a deliverer of Israel, Moses had to impart himself into 70 others because he needed help. He couldn't carry it by himself. Amen. Guys, we are that help. No matter where you are, you don't have contacts, but you got a mouth. So when you're in the grocery store and you see somebody, say something. And you know what? I'm not afraid to say something. They don't like what I have to say, and I say, oh, you have your right to believe what you want. You walk away. Shake the dust off your feet and move on, guys. We cannot be intimidated for who we are. I am a servant of the Most High God for 51 years. I've been in ministry for 47. I started training at age 15 in evangelism. I've done pastoring. I have taught. I've preached. I have prophesied. It's all been done. We've built churches. This is what we're all here to do, every single one of us. It's not about one person. It's about what Coach said. It's about Jesus Christ. So Moses had to impart himself into 70 others. Donald Trump needs our backing. Why do we stand behind Donald? Because we know that these people who are in that deep state, whether they're Republican or Democrat, it's two wings on one bird, guys. There's not good on one side only. There's good on both sides, and there's bad on both sides. So we need to pray for God to give us wisdom and discernment. Now, God introduces himself as the I am because he knew Israel needed an I am, but he also knew he needed a deliverer, right? So now he comes and he says, I am. What does I am mean? If you look it up, it means I exist. I exist. I exist. God is telling us today, I exist. Amen. I exist. Amen. I exist in America. I exist in the world. And you have to go as a deliverer to those that God brings before you and speak His word. And speak it. Now, Jesus was the other one who said, I am. He's the only other one who can say, I am, and He means it because He is. So here's how I want to encourage you with what Jesus said. He said, I am the bread. I actually wrote this down. I don't want to miss it because we need to remember who our Savior is. Right? So God our Father is telling us, I am because I exist and I'm here and I'm going to send a deliverer and I'm going to deliver the people out of the hands of the Egyptians, or in our case, the Illuminati, deep state, Satan worshiping fools that thought that they could beat God in a land that He has called to bring the greatest nation, or the greatest nation to bring the greatest word of the gospel to the world. We're the called one.
Amen.
So now the other I am is Jesus. And Jesus said, if you're hungry, if you're spiritually starving, He said that I am the bread of life. He said, if you are in a dark place, I am the light of the world. He said, if you're feeling separated, I am the door. Open and come in.
Amen.
He said, if you feel like you have no direction, He is the way. He is the truth if you don't know what to believe, and He is the light. He said, if you feel like you need connection, like you're out and you're floating all alone and everybody's in a house because of COVID-19, and you need connection, He said, I am the vine. I am the vine. He said, if you have needs, He said, if you have need, then He is the good shepherd and He will lead you. You need someone to follow Jesus Christ. If you don't know Him, then come to know Him. If you want to learn how to know Him, I will lead you to Him. He is amazing. I'm telling you, 51 years, I've seen good times and bad times, but He has never let me down, and He has never lost the battle. And when I rely on Him and stay out of my own flesh, I haven't lost the battle.
Amen.
He also said that when you need your life to be restored, that He is the resurrection and the life. So today I want to encourage you. Who is the I am to you? Who is He to you? Do you need healing? He's your healer. Do you need money? He will bring finances. He is everything. Do you need to have your family come to know the Lord as Savior? Get on your knees and say, Lord, you are my family's deliverer. Lord, He is what you need, when you need Him. So today, He is saying that I am existing for you today. And let's all stand behind Donald Trump. Let's all be the deliverers for the people that God has brought us to. And go to Him now.
Give it up for Jodi LoDolce. Jodi, wow. Jodi, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, Jodi. I met Jodi early in doing videos like that. She's been a dear friend. And so blessed to have you with us, Jodi, you know. I don't know where everyone stands here tonight. I really don't. You know, some people come because it's truth. Gideon's army is